Here's a tour of Google Forms. So this is a new blank form, and up here you can click and give your form a title. So my first form, or whatever you're going to call it. And notice that when you do that, you automatically get a change here as well. So you could change that to something else if you want, or just leave it that way. And here you could write a description of what your form is, whatever you're going to put there. Notice it's saving. You can click on the folder icon to move it to a particular folder. This is where your questions will show up. Right now we're on the questions tab, but there's also a responses tab. We'll look at that in just a minute. Over here, you can click on here to get add-ons to forms. This is where you would customize your theme. So if we click on that, you can choose a different color. So let's say we want the form to be green. And then here's your selection of background colors and font styles. So you don't have a ton of options here, but you do have a few options. And you can also bring in other colors if you want. You can choose an image for your header. So they're sort of in categories here, the set images that Google provides. So you can, just look around and find one that you like. I think these cars are cute. And insert. But notice up here you can also upload your own photos. So if you want to create a custom header, you can do that too. So now I have my cars, and my title. And then this bar over here is how you can add things. So you would click on the plus side to add a question. You would click on this to import questions from other forms you already have. So if you wanted to reuse a quiz, but you don't want to use all the questions, that's a way you could do it. You can add a title and description, which is what this box is. So this one is a question, but this one is a title and description. So if you want to add another title somewhere in the form, you can do that. You can add an image, you can add a video, and you can add a section. So when you're ready to add a question, you would just click in this one. Notice that we have some choices of questions: short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop downs. And then you can also have kids upload a file, or parents upload a file to a form if you want to. You can get a linear scale and a multiple choice grid, or a checkbox grid if you want to give like a bunch of options for things. And you can also have people put in a date and time. So we'll just leave this one as short answer. And then you can type, what is your name, or, whatever. And here's where their answer would go. This would allow you to copy this question. This would have, you could throw the question in the garbage. You can flip this switch to make it required. On these three dots, you can provide a description for the question, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And then here I'm going to say, please list first name and last name like Amy Roediger. And then there's also response validation. If I click that on, you can make sure that the answer has text which contains certain numbers of things. So like if you ask for an email address, then you can make sure that the text actually looks like an email address or something like that, so that people don't put in just their username and forget their domain name or something like that. But you can also just click that X to get rid of it. Okay, so then let's say we want to add another question, and we'll have this one also be short answer, and where do you teach? And we're going to make this one required. Now, if I decided that I wanted these to be in a different order, I can grab this little handle and I can drag them around. And now notice, where do you teach is the first question, and what is your name is the second. Now I really wouldn't want them in that order, so I'm just going to drag them back. And notice if they have the little red star here, that means that they're going to be required in the survey. Okay, up at the top, under the settings, there's three tabs. General settings. Do you want to collect email addresses? Do you want to make people only answer one time? Do you want them to be able to edit their entries or see the summary of the responses? Under presentation, you can show a progress bar, you can shuffle the questions, you can show the link to submit another response, and you can also create a custom confirmation message. So you can make it say, whatever you want. And then under quizzes, you can flip this switch to make it a self-graded quiz. And then there's some options here that you can select as well. And when you're done, you just would want to save that. And under the three dots, you can make a copy of a form, you can throw the form in the garbage, you can print the form, you can add collaborators. So if you and the rest of your teacher team want to all write a form together, you can do that. You can get to add-ons here as well. There's our undo button. We always want to know where that one is. And then under this I, if we click on that, it would show us what the form is going to look like when someone takes it, and you can actually even put in information there and then submit the form so that you can see what it would look like. Okay, I hope that helps you get started. Enjoy working with forms.